Hi guys, so welcome to the part 2 of courtship versus dating. Thank you to everyone who will be watching my video for the very first time. I say a very big welcome to Relationship Talk with Weekend. So to be a part of this family, kindly click on the subscribe buttons. And guys, please do not forget to turn on your notification. So whenever I make a post or share a video, you will be notified. So today we're looking at the concluding parts of what we started discussing the last time on dating and courtship. We talked about the major differences, then we also talked about the key differences, guys. We mentioned about 5 or 6 of it. So if you missed it, kindly go back to my page, yeah? Please, guys, go back and rewatch it. So when you come back, you will understand where we're coming from and not get confused. So like I said the last time, I promised that we'll be looking at the practical steps for courtship and the practical steps for dating. So today we'll start with the practical steps for courtship. And the first thing you do, you pray for guidance. Pray for guidance. Seek God's direction and wisdom before entering into a courtship. You know, courtship is a more bigger responsibility, because now, for instance, if you're a 100 level student or 200 level student in the university, you're probably not going to be dating for marriage because you're young, you still want to explore, you still want to do a lot of things with your youthful age. So there's still a lot of things you still want to do, because you know deep down that you're young, considering the fact that in this generation we have 16, 17 years, of age in the university, 100 level, 200 level. So there's still time. So when you are in that process, you are not going to be doing courtship kind of relationship for marriage. You still have a very long way to go, right? But for people who are in a kind of courtship relationship, you know where you are headed, you know where you're going. So you have to pray for God's wisdom, for God's direction. So you ask yourself, am I with the right person? Are we in the right relationship? So all these things need to come into the picture. All these things need to play out. You cannot just run it with your own strength. You cannot run it by yourself. You need the presence and the strength of God to achieve it. Then number 2 practical step for courtship: involve families and mentors. Engage with family and trusted mentors for support and accountability. So when your mentors and family are involved, they even join you in prayers. They'll tell you, okay, the Holy Spirit told me you should pray more and get a clear path for this person or this relationship. So it makes it easy. There's so many accountability. Like, they will always call to your attention. Have you guys defined what you are doing? Have you guys have a clear picture of where you're going to in that relationship? So it makes it a lot easier. Then another practical step for courtship is set clear boundaries. So you already know this relationship is not for sex. This relationship is not for money. This is why we are going into it. So you establish that physical and emotional boundaries to maintain purity and respect. So you are not in this thing for sex. And like I said earlier, any activities you're going to be doing is going to be outside the space where the two of you will not be left alone in private. So you know that, okay, we're always in a public space. Even when you want to see each other, you're in a public space. You don't spend time alone in one space. That will not give you a clear understanding of the physical boundaries that you have set. Another practical step to courtship is focus on friendship. You don't just meet somebody randomly on the street, yeah, and just tell the person, I love you, just collect number, and then people start doing love on the phone already. No, that is lost people are going through. That's not even love. First, you need to even have some level of friendship, right? See, let me tell you something here. it will get to a point in every relationship that the only thing that can survive and keep you guys going is the friendship you have built. That love will mean nothing, because that feeling of love must have disappeared for a while. So it's that friendship of, oh, I used to be friends with this person before I became his lover or a lover. So let's go back to that friendship. Let's try and start up again from that friendship. Do you understand? So friendship is key. So you guys must first build a strong friendship as the foundation of that relationship. Then the last but not the key practical step for courtship is communicate openly. I always like to communicate. It's part of my life, not just because I like talking, yeah, but I like communicating. When I have issues, I want to communicate it with you. Don't go behind me. Come, look at me. Let's trash it. Let's talk about it. I love that a lot. So open communication, like have open and honest conversation about your intentions, your goals, your values. So if your aim is not marriage, don't come and start deceiving somebody whose aim is marriage. So there must be a clear communication about what the people want, what the people are doing, and how you want to do it. So nobody, at the end of the day, nobody will say, you lied to me, you didn't tell me this, or why did you not explain this to me? It's clear. Do you understand? Then now let's look at the practical step for dating. Number 1, define your intentions. Be clear about what you are looking for in a relationship. So if what you have in mind is just to have fun, explore, friends with benefit, whatever the case may be specific. Tell the person. Do not come with the pretense that you love the person, you want to be in a relationship. You start forming all sort of things. No. Be clear and say, oh, this is what I want, this is what I do not want. So both of you are on the same page. You say, okay, I just want fun, I just want friends with benefit, I just want to explore, nothing serious. So before the person gets into it with you, both of you are on the same page. People will say, I'm not open for any serious relationship at the moment, but I just want to try new things. That is a clear indication that whatever you're looking for, if you have the intention of a genuine and fresh new relationship, that one is not for you. Another practical step for dating, set personal boundaries. Determine your own physical and emotional boundaries. So be clear, as much as this is what we are doing, I cannot do this with you, I cannot do this with you. So nobody is confused, nobody is disrespected. Another practical step for dating is seek God's guidance. As much as you are not dating with a clear focus, that does not mean that along the line or in the future, you cannot find yourself loving the person more or having a clear intention to say, I think I want to settle down with this person. So you have to still seek God's wisdom. You have to still seek God's counsel, God's plan, God's thought. I used to tell people, if you're dating someone, if that person does not look like what you want to marry in the future, do not bother to date that person. It doesn't make any sense. So pray to seek God's wisdom as well. Then another thing is communicate clearly. Be open and honest about your intention and expectation with your partner. So communicate clearly and say, like I said from the beginning, what you want, make it known. Oh, I like you, but I cannot define what we're doing yet. Let's just see how it goes in the future. And if the other party is okay with that, fine. But be sure to communicate clearly whatever it is you're doing. Then the last but not the least practical step for dating is involve community. Surround yourself with a supportive community of friends and mentors. As much as both of you don't know where you're headed, as much as both of you are not very sure of where you're headed, it is very important you still have somebody that is aware of what you're about to do or of what you are doing. It helps you to be on the safe space with the person and say, okay, at least I have somebody that is aware of what I'm doing with this person. So tomorrow when there's an issue, when you start crying for help, people will not say, but who did you tell you are doing this? Who is aware of what you're doing? Do you understand? This is not even accountability. Like I said, nothing concerns dating people with courtship people with accountability. So, but let somebody be aware that, oh, I know this guy, I've been seeing this guy. In case of anything, somebody can say, okay, oh, I'm aware of this relationship. He mentioned that this person is part of their life. So it is very important you guys understand these things, and then at the end of the day, you know what you want, you know what you're doing, you know what you're going for. And like I said earlier, if you're still very young, you're still in, some of you are still teen because you have the opportunity to go to school early, you're not in the university, you're not dating, you think, okay, you're dating, courtship, you want to marry this person. So let me tell you one thing, when I was in school, I thought any guy I dated at that time was going to be my husband, but I got confused. That is not true. It doesn't work that way. You might get lucky. I'm not saying that it does not happen at all. You might get lucky, but don't ever tie yourself to that notion, to that idea that this must be my husband, and then two of you will set yourself up for bondage. Two of you will set yourself up for unnecessary tension that you have never planned for. You're still young. Use your youthful age to do a lot of other things that will, in the future, you will sit back and say, oh, I invested my time while I was young, right? Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of today's episode of Relationship Talk with Weekend. I hope this video must have blessed you and you must have learned one or two things from this video. Please don't forget to share this video with your loved ones, especially the young ones that needs to learn and understand that there's a difference between courtship and dating. And do not forget to like, and of course, do not forget to subscribe as well. I still remain your girl, Weekend Francis, and I will see you when next I come. Bye for now.